While you may not realize it, they shut down those caves because of a quiet crisis with massive consequences. If you've visited Devil's Den Park over the last 9 years or so, you may have noticed something. The caves are closed. They're off limits. There's signs up and everything. No entry. But why? It's not vandalism or budget cuts. It's fungus. A type of fungus that is killing millions of bats across North America. It's called white nose syndrome. And if we don't act fast, our kids may not ever know what it feels like to lie back at dusk and watch those bats dance through the sky. So what is white nose syndrome? White nose syndrome is a deadly fungal disease caused by Pseudogymnoascus destructans. It grows in dark, cold, damp environments like caves. It attacks hibernating bats when their immune systems are down. And the thing is, early signs aren't really noticeable. Infected bats wake up too often during their hibernation. Just the act of waking up from hibernation and bringing themselves out of their torpor activates their fat reserves, and they end up burning their fat reserves before spring gets here. Later stages of white nose syndrome, though, are absolute chaos. Bats are suddenly disoriented. They're going out at times that don't make sense. There's dead bats all over the place, especially near cave entrances. Entire colonies end up wiped out this way. In some species, the mortality rate has been up to 90%. Just imagine that for a second. Let that sink into your soul. In one winter, 9 out of 10 bats in your area just gone. And oftentimes, bats don't make it to the later stage where the infection is obvious, because they call it white nose syndrome because this white powdery mold that grows around their face and on their wings. It literally cuts holes in their wings. As a result, they end up like flying in circles and doing things that bats don't normally do. But why do bats matter so much? Bats aren't just spooky silhouettes at dusk, they're also pollinators. They're seed dispersers. But above all, they are nature's pest control. One little brown bat can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes an hour. Without them, insect populations, especially mosquito populations, explode. Crops end up suffering. Disease vectors like West Nile and Zika gain ground where they previously couldn't. And suddenly your summer nights just got a lot itchier. But maybe those things aren't important to you or other people, because this isn't just a video for you, this is a video to educate other people as well. Here's what we stand to lose. If we don't act, the bat-filled skies will go silent. Kids won't grow up with the experience of watching bats swoop through a sunset. They'll learn about them the same way they learn about dinosaurs. In books, in pictures, and through videos like this one. Unless we change that story. Because let's be clear, I went through these caves at one point in my life. It was an incredible experience. They are some of the most beautiful caves I've ever been in. But us humans have this bad habit of seeing a sign blocking a space off and going, well, I'm a human, I can go wherever I want. The human species has it within our power to decimate or coexist with any other species. We should prefer the latter. And one of the first steps to ensuring that we can do that is realizing that we are one of the biggest vectors for this sickness. No, it doesn't happen to us, but we do carry it. It ends up on our boots, on our gear, on the little pieces of rope that we carry, our little things that we have. It ends up on us and moves from point A to point B. In less than 25 years, this fungus, has moved from a single point up on the northeastern side of the United States to all the way across the United States. It affects caves across the United States. And it's important that us humans realize we are the reason that happens. We did that to these bats. In the same way, it is also our responsibility to try our damnedest to make up for the damage we've done. That's why hundreds of caves across the U.S. are closed. Because the bats. Because that's where the bats live. It's a cool place for us to visit, but that's where the bats live. And say you've got an immunocompromised kid in your house. Do you just let anybody walk through your house? You know what you see what I'm saying? Look at these bats like immunocompromised kids, because when they go into hibernation, their immune system dims a little bit. In the same way that that immune-compromised kid doesn't need outside sicknesses getting brought in and exposed to them, neither do these bats. I would argue that these bats play an even larger role in our success as a species than a lot of the things that we've unalived on this planet. And the thing is, white nose syndrome doesn't just affect one type of bats. It affects a bunch of type of bats, like all the bats. So let's go through a list of things that you can do to help. I figure this is a good way to end the video out, is by giving y'all action items, things you can actually do that are going to stick in your head so you can make a difference. Rule 1, stay out of closed caves. If they're closed for a reason, and oftentimes that reason is a life-saving measure. Your life isn't the one that they're trying to save, okay? Let's not make this about ourselves. Once again, this isn't just for you, this is for everyone. Rule 2, decontaminate your gear. Like thoroughly decontaminate your gear before you go from one cave to another. Rule 3, offer a place for these bats to live. Build bat houses. You want to put them up on poles, put them a little further away from your house. Rule 4, avoid pesticides whenever possible. Less pesticides means healthier bats. Healthier bats means more pest reduction and a healthier ecosystem. Rule 5, talk to your friends about it. Spread the word. Let people know, because I shouldn't be the only one out here talking about it. And Rule 6, contribute to conservation efforts. You can do this with your time. You can do this with your funds. You can do this in a lot of ways. So here's the thing. We still have time. It's not a lot, but it's enough. It is within our collective power to ensure that our kids don't have to read about these beautiful animals through books, but instead get the opportunity to sit out and watch these animals dance across the night sky like we did when we were kids. If y'all are interested in learning more about white nose syndrome, there is a literal website for it. Just add a .org after the name of that disorder. Y'all be well.